Kimono grab, a two-hand grab from the front, slow. A little quicker, Kimono grab. Let's take a look at kimono grab. Kimono grab, it's also known as lone kimono. It's many different names in the Kenpo systems. We want to look at universal motion rather than, well, what system are you from, or who's your grandmaster or whatever. Let's just stick to the Kenpo motion. I'm referring to it as kimono grab. As I've already stated, that's my reference point. You'll have different reference points perhaps. What it is, it's a two-hand grab from the front. One of the things that I say is, in Kenpo, it's a very excellent intermediate art. What I mean by that is, another way of saying that is sometimes Kenpo starts too late and it ends too soon. So why does the guy have a hold of me? I should have already stopped him from getting a hold of me. So what it is, it's a two-hand grab from the front here. Okay, start again. He gives me the two-hand grab. I clear it, get boom, headbutt him, throw him back, and I'm going to kick him off the ballpark. Well, that's a lot more fun, so I didn't even let him get to me. But that's not kimono grab. My point there is sometimes Kenpo starts too late. And when I say it ends too early, when you saw me do tackle techniques, we're sitting there in a hammer fist. Well, there's so many fun things. They hit the ground, we jump, we mount from behind, take them in a choke. Next tapes, we'll be working on ground applications and extension of the stand-up fighting. Having said all that, let's go back to kimono grab that starts too late. Two-hand grab, right here. I counter grab. He can pull his hand up, pull it up. Yeah, he can pull it out and hit me. So that can happen. I'm not holding him to stop him or clamp him forever. It's momentary. After all, he's got a hold of me. I'm just monitoring his hands more than anything. He grabs me, I counter grab here. I step, plant, pulling him off of balance. I've lowered and centered my base. I've extended him off his balance and beyond his base. From here, have your arms bent, please. I step, plant, shift and hit. This is a distraction. It's going to pop the elbows and extend them out. From here, I'm hitting, using my ulna bone, hitting his radial nerves and knocking him back to here. Chop to the throat. If I can't get to the throat, we don't care. We'll chop to the bridge of the nose. Reach and grab his head. Now you notice my position is identical to tackle technique C. From here, I shift, smash, hammer fist right into the groin. Kick, come back 2 steps, and that would end kimono grab. We're going to show you kimono grab at a little quicker pace. Please keep in mind, we're valuing Jeremy's safety. We just want to show you some of the quicker dynamics of kimono grab. And you take kimono grab and use it as a reference point for a two-hand grab. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, right down the line of what we do. Each component can be used by themselves in some situations. For instance, if Jeremy were to grab me for a two-hand grab, I'll just snap his arms. I won't even counter grab. It will try to hyperextend it. So instead of counter grabbing here and driving up against his elbows, as he goes to grab me, I'll just hyperextend. That in itself could work. If he goes to grab me, I'll just use the second piece of it. Instead of a chop, I'll just use an elbow because it was fun to do that. In Kenpo, as in many arts, we use footwork to get out of the way of an incoming attack. In the Filipino arts, that's referred to sometimes as zoning to zero pressure. For instance, Jeremy gives me a right punch, I can zone to zero pressure, and then I'm going to attack. If he gives me a left punch, I can zone to zero pressure and then come in with an attack. What's interesting is, well, if somebody has a hold of me, they've come up and grabbed me, how do you zone to zero pressure? How do you get away from it if they've already got you? Well, if I can't zone to zero pressure, maybe I can zone him to zero pressure. What I mean by that is, in kimono grab, when I counter grab, I step, plant, shift. Now, this clearing motion, I am zoning him to zero pressure. This allows me many different options right off the kimono grab line. Also, from a neutral position, in kimono grab, after we attack here, we're dropping in a soft bow and hammer fisting. That's part of the sequential line of kimono grab. In a self-defense situation, that can be just what I'm trying to do right here, is just drop into it. Then I can pop him up and improvise right off of that. Because when I hit him in the groin, I know his head's coming down, I can pop right up. So all of a sudden, kimono grabs turn into something entirely different. Or if he goes and gives me a push, I can clear him and then just boom, come back with the kick off of that. Also just another piece of kimono grab. So in the Kenpo system I do, kimono grab is a set sequential pattern that we work. That's our reference point. But as I just showed you, taking each one of those pieces, doing them separately or in different order, you have an endless amount of functional self-defense movements that can help you in different situations. That would be going beyond the technique of kimono grab. Now I'm going to do kimono grab with a blade in my hand. Well, you might say, well, why is somebody going to go ahead and attack you with a two-hand grab if you have a weapon? Well, they didn't see it. Can you see my blade right now? Well, it's kind of hard to see when you're looking right at it, or trying to, then take into account it's nighttime, they followed me to my car, it's in a mall, whatever. I've taken out my blade, I've opened it up, I'm here. I go, yeah, is there a problem? How can I help you? Then they come up and they grab you. Boom, it's a serious situation. I come up to here. I can come right up and drive right into them. I'm going to clear here, cut right to the throat, the trachea, or the carotid artery. I can come across and half beat them as I grab their head, come across their throat or face, just like tackle technique C with the blade, cut. Now we're going to deball them. Smash right up into the groin, right here. Pull it out. There's our kick, cross step back, and here. That would be kimono grab utilizing a blade. When you do kimono grab empty-handed, it can be a very effective self-defense technique. If you put a blade in your hand and do kimono grab, it's now become a very deadly situation. So it's up to you. If your life's being threatened, or those of your loved ones, you need to save somebody's life and maybe your own, perhaps you'll need to utilize a blade in self-defense.